Steph, it's Steph. Osh 19 is just not the same without you. I'm here in the performer hangar. We really wish you were here.
I haven't been using my bike as much as I'd like to. Melbourne's not the most cycling friendly city, I will say. I used to live in Sydney, and I think, to be honest, Sydney's got far better bike lanes than Melbourne, but I'd never say that on film. But I want to get better at using my bike to get around Melbourne. It's also Tour de France is going on at the moment.
So the other thing you got to watch about cycling in Melbourne is not just the traffic. The other thing is tram tracks. So you have to get the tram tracks at about a 90-degree angle. Or you can go a little bit less than that. But you can't just try and go parallel to the tram tracks and go across them, because the wheels do get stuck in, especially when you've got thin tyres like these.
So I checked my messages this morning on WhatsApp, and guess who bumped into each other at Oshkosh? Yeah, Philippe, who owns November 55557, which is the aircraft I was flying around Europe, and Niko, of course, Niko's Wings. I'm sure most of you watching this will know exactly who he is. Met up, they're both at Oshkosh at the moment, and they both, within a couple of minutes of each other, sent me a message saying, guess who I bumped into? It's always great, of course, when you see two of your friends who don't know each other meeting up, becoming friends themselves. It just grows this whole community. It also sucks because it reminds me, once again, I'm not at Oshkosh. But that's why I've been making these vlogs, because this week it's actually been really helpful for me. I've kind of been using you as therapy and as a bit of a distraction, to be honest. So I'm not actually looking at social media all the time and seeing everyone else having tremendous fun of their own, but actually actively trying to have fun of my own and sharing it with you. So thank you. That's really what I wanted to say, is thank you. If you've been watching the videos this week, I've done daily vlogs before, but I've never really done them here in my hometown of Melbourne, just flying around and cycling and buying cat litter. Alright, I reckon it's just a simple case of this here is the new connector, which needs to replace the one that's currently in the headset. Everything's such a mess. Okay, step one, use a Philippe screwdriver to... And that should... Tune in next week to see if this does work or if I can't actually hear myself talking. Tighten the screws. Just, if anyone else has done this as well, what's this for? Why have I got this extra 3.5mm cable? Right, I want to try something on this vlog, considering it's the last day of the dailies, that could either go really, really well or could completely fail. And if it fails, I have to include it because I have no other content for the rest of this. Bear with me as I do one thing. Oh my God, I hate that picture. Okay, tune in later on in the vlog to see if I did actually get any questions in that Q&A request, or if I didn't, and I'm just going to sit here awkwardly. Very quick impromptu. Why have I ordered these finger covers for Melbourne winter? Well, when I'm vlogging, let me show you this. Normally, I'm using this Canon EOS 80D with this microphone on top, and look at this windshield. Look at the cover. Huge. I'll still use this one when I'm flying around and traveling at airports and things like that, when I'm outside on my own, because this gives much better protection from the wind. But if I'm in public places and I don't want to look like, you know, professional kind of Well, no one thinks I'm a professional. But I don't want to look like I've got a big recording device in my hand, then I'll just use the camera in these smaller windshields. It just cuts the profile down a little bit. Alright, question and answer time then. Thank you so much for all the questions. I thought I'd maybe get a couple. There are plenty. Adam, have you ever thought about visiting the southwest of the UK? Yeah, I have actually. I did my university degree at the University of Plymouth. So I spent a good part of my young life drinking cider over there. Any plans to visit Taieb in the near future? Yeah, actually the last time I flew to Taieb was about 1.5 years ago when I did some formation flying. Haven't been back for a long time, but it's only like 7 minutes from Moorabbin. Probably about 5 in Echo Yankee Zulu, am I right? Liam Nick Peter, favourite aircraft? Whew, like out of everything? 747. Bonus question, Liam Nick, go on, I'll let you have one more. How long did your training take? My private, well, let me answer that as a dad first of all. Your training never ends as a pilot, it's always continuous, but my private pilot's license from the start to the finish for me was about 1.5 years. Just on that, if anyone tells you that your private pilot's license should only take you 40 hours and you can do it in a matter of months, maybe it's physically possible, but that's not how most people do it. Luke Everton 8, hand flying or autopilot, what's your preference? In clouds like this behind me, autopilot is a lifesaver, to be honest, literally. But hand flying a Cirrus slow down, trying to find whales is good fun. Rob W156, did you enjoy your time with Philippe flying in Europe? It was great to watch. Thank you for watching, Rob. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, of course, it was brilliant. I enjoyed every part of it, apart from his singing. Floyd Bromley, what's your dream plane to own? It's got to be a jet which can fit about 10 friends in the back, I reckon. So at the moment, Embraer Phenom, Cessna Citation, something along those lines. I don't know my private jets as well as I should. Oh, I'll tell you what I'd like though, PC-24. If Pilatus are watching, can I come and flight test one of those, please? Luke Marination, hey Steph, got any tips for studying flight theory exams? Good question. I do have another video on that already on the channel, which I'll put up there, but briefly, practice exams are your friend. Try and do as many of those as you can beforehand. Get a good night's sleep before the day, hydrate, make sure you're feeling good on the day itself. But practice exams, that's probably my number one tip would be try and do as many of those before. Elliot S5, I like this one. What's your favourite board game? Ooh, with my daughter, Battleships. With a group of grown-ups, probably the Game of Thrones Monopoly game I got for my birthday. Go on, one more, Elliot. What's your favourite thing about Melbourne? You can completely just be yourself and everyone's pretty chill about it. Planey McPlane. My aircraft is writing to me. Best flight school at Moorabbin in your opinion? Oh, that's contentious because I haven't tried them all, but out of the ones that I've tried, like I did my instrument rating with Peter Binney, Advanced Flight Training. I'm currently flying with Air RTP. My first flying I did with the Royal Vic Aero Club, all great flight training schools, but right now I'm flying with Air RTP in Moorabbin. Damo5123, hey Steph, wondering how did you find flying the Vulcan Air V1 a few months back? Yeah, look, I liked it. It's a good trainer aircraft. I think if you want to learn on a glass cockpit, but you don't want to get into like a more expensive aircraft, but if you want to learn on glass in a fairly simple aircraft, then yeah, it was a good trainer aircraft. I reckon we'll see more in flight training schools. I tell you what, if they can put an electric power plant on a Vulcan Air in the future with the glass cockpit, then I think they'll have a good YBBN photography. Aspirations for your channel, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hopefully, I love vlogging more than anything else. I mean, I love doing the flying videos and that sort of thing, but I think just wandering around with a camera and sharing experiences, that's what I want to do more of. So I'm hoping my channel takes a direction in that way, of course, with aviation as an underlying theme. But where do I see myself in 5 years? Hopefully still making YouTube videos. I'd just love it if this YouTube channel could have encouraged a lot of you watching to start your own YouTube channels, and we can just grow this whole creator and aviation travel community online. If I can be a small part of that, that's all I'm trying to do with this channel, to be honest. Riley McDermott, have you ever thought about getting your CPL? Thought about it and I did it. I have a commercial pilot's license. Lachlan R. Terry's response, hi. Hey Lachlan. JTY Zach, favourite place you visited on your big trip and why? Probably Finland, to be honest. Helsinki was just fantastic. I've always wanted to go to Finland. People were really nice, really laid back, awesome design in Finland. I just loved the whole kind of vibe out there. And it was brilliant flying that diamond over Helsinki. Jay the DJ, when is your next meetup? I haven't actually got one specifically planned, but I'm doing a couple of talks that are coming up. Just follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Steph747. I'll put all the details on there, but I will do one. Moodley, other than EYZ, is there other small aircraft you want to fly? Probably a Tiger Moth. Like, I've always got this thing, have you ever watched Out of Africa? That scene where Robert Redford's flying low-level tiger moth over the plains of Africa, the flamingos. That's one of my bucket list things in an aircraft. I'd love to do that. Oh my god. Okay, these are the ones that I haven't responded to yet. I'll do another Q&A. The other thing I'm thinking of doing, and let me know in the comments below, is I'm thinking of doing maybe like a kind of weekly or a monthly live, like a YouTube live video where you can just jump on the chat and we can all kind of chat together, and hopefully I can try and answer some of your questions there as well. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. But thank you for watching these daily vlogs. That's it now for the week. It's starting to properly rain now as well. Have a good weekend.